We
Hey
know.
everybody, we're live. Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody.
um, so to start off, thank you everybody for being here. I have just kind of been a little busy, crazy today. So the Delphi, well, the ladies are, and I've got my spirit talker going too. Says, "Come here." I can. I'm right here. um, so I'm trying to scramble a little bit. I know we covered a lot last Wednesday. There have been some shows I've been watching in the meantime. Um, one of them I sent to Hershe and to Jackie. Jackie got to watch some, and it's interesting because one of the um, um,
Mhm.
channels, videos, Hershe said she was feeling a little funny on the guy. So this is interesting. So just trying to figure out where to start. I was in the military. I don't know who that is. I will write that down. I was in the military. So this case has been nothing but a rabbit hole. Um, some things have come to light. Now, there is a channel called Delphi After Dark. The owner of the channel is Rick Snay, Snay. Um, entertainment and YouTube. This is for entertainment purposes only. Um, Hershey started watching one of the videos, but she kind of got a not so good feeling about the owner of Delphi After Dark, Rick. I've watched a few videos, and what he typically does, he must live in Carroll County, where Delphi is located, um, and where another crime took place,
Jackie,
not
tell Jackie,
around the
don't,
same time of four
don't.
black girls that got killed in a house fire that was set by arson. And I just got the word seven. Okay. So I'm just writing down these random words and hopefully I'll be able to. But what's interesting too is that the guy they were interviewing, his name is Chris Todd. And Chris Todd is a investigative journalist. He's worked with law enforcement on other well-known cases, and he's also trained in investigating crime scenes like FBI classes or things like that. And he had even wrote a book because he firmly believes that the guy on the bridge is not Richard Allen. We're pretty sure Richard Allen was there. We can't quite see off the out sight, but the guy on the bridge is a gentleman. Well, not a gentleman. I'm not even call him that. Is a individual who's no longer alive. Apparently, when he was in prison, because he got arrested for breaking his because he's had like a DUI or something. He wasn't supposed to drive, and he got thrown into jail for that, which I find kind of convenient that they threw him in jail for something like that, and that's where he ended up dying. Apparently, he died of COVID in there. Um, but the main interest and a lot of people in town, because from what I've understood, a lot of people were saying we're coming across saying we feel it's these people, but for some reason law enforcement didn't want to wear friends. Oh, we're friends. So I'm wondering, okay, because I'm talking about Logan and Richard Allen. I hate saying Rick Allen because Rick Allen is one of the most badass drummers in rock and roll. And he's been one of my favorites. And it's just weird saying Rick Allen as. So I'm going to try to stick to Richard Allen. So, okay. My spirit talker keeps kind of throwing me off. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Book Bewitched. I know I haven't been saying hi to everybody. There's just so much information I'm trying to think of. So, Chris Todd wrote a book called Forest for the Trees. And when he did this interview with Delphi After Dark, he told anybody watching that if they wanted the book, he was giving it away for free. He's not charging for it. And it's his investigation and journalism into the murders and why, he believes Ron Logan is the one that perpetrated. The devil is here. Oh, that's nice. Um, and that by when people have been doing measurements on video, they said that Richard Allen is too short to be bridge guy. not the right body shape. They said when you look at Logan, has the same hat or very similar hat, has the same gut that's in the picture, and the guy on the bridge had a limp. And people who know Logan have seen videos and know him in person. He had a limp, so they're pretty determined that Ron Logan was the guy on the bridge. And why law enforcement is not acknowledging that and thinking that it's Richard Allen, we don't know. Some speculation is that the detectives either messed up, which they did. The crime scene was contaminated, not just by law enforcement, by people who were in the know about the murders and kept people from going in the area where I'm standing right here. Oh God. Logan, no, if that's you standing next to me, get the F away, you POS. Get away from me. Archangel Michael.
Yep,
move.
just tell your team, move all the bad energy away.
Yes, get away from me. So Chris Todd firmly believes Ron Logan, and a lot of people do, was Bridge guy. Richard Allen was a buddy of his. I mean, I could go on. I might just do a video so I don't, just have these ladies sitting here and me doing all the gabbing. I don't want to be rude, so I apologize, ladies. It's just so involved. This case, there's so many people involved. There's so many theories involved. There's so many, like, why, was this done and not this, and how. So I'm going to just settle down for a bit, get my energy centered. I'm going to say hi to people again in chat. And ladies, whatever, if you have any cards that you want to share that initially came out. And really quick, before we even went live and I started talking about Ron Logan, the one that they think is the one that perpetrated, that's, the main one. They had the gun.
I just got killer is with them.
Killer is with them. Oh my God. And Hershe got the name Logan popped right up on her spirit talker as we were talking about him before we came live.
And it just said the killer is with them. If he's dead, and that's why he can't be prosecuted or brought forth, and he's with them, I can only imagine that they feel like they are being haunted and tortured even beyond life. If there's no
but isn't there a place where he would go so that they wouldn't be near the girls? They'd be in the light? Or
all right, my opinion is that it's innocence always goes. They get to cross over no matter what. But that doesn't mean that the bad energy is gone. Okay? Energy doesn't die. You think it does, but it doesn't. So when that SOB died, his energy did not die. It just went somewhere else.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be allowed to go near the girls.
Well, I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is that there is a possibility that if they are maybe not crossed all the way over fully in transition and they're still somewhere in limbo or something, they could cross paths again with the energy, not the man, the energy, if you understand what I'm saying.
Alice, Camp, Alice.
You hear us?
But no, I am a little confused, but I don't want to hold.
Behind
me? Okay, work me over. Just looking to see. Yes, Rain's been here. Jackie's Jackie's joined us. Jackie's right there. Tom,
I'm here.
Ritual. So initially, is there anything you want to share, Jackie, that you've picked up, intuitively watching some of this video of Chris talking to Delphi after Torment of the Soul? Oh, jeez.
What did it say?
I just got Torment of the Soul on my.
Oh, Jesus.
So, in spirit, those girls should not, their guides, their ancestors, their family on the other side should be able to keep this bastard's energy or spirit away from them. That's why I'm just a little confused on how this POS can still torment these poor girls even in death. So
Well, the energy
Caleb-
doesn't die. So if they
no, it doesn't.
if for it to say killer is still with them, they're not saying the actual presence, but the energy is still here. It hasn't been absorbed
Oh.
or taken on by anything else. It's still loose energy. That energy, that psycho energy is still loose.
Book Bewitched asks, I'm kind of freaked. Is there something we can do to get them safe? I'm just wondering if they're not going to fully move on until their story is told.
A lot of them, when there is violence and shit like this, guys, look, they don't, you want to think that they do, but sometimes it doesn't work quite as snap quickety as we expect it to be. When there is still a tie, a tether, and them girls are still holding on to mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa or sister or any version of that, there is no guarantee that they're in a safe area, but there's no guarantee that they've transitioned all the way over yet. If they're still holding on, or if there was a lot of rage, violence, that energy tethers them to different things, unfortunately.
Jackie, did you have any cards you wanted to share?
I just had video, audio surveillance, and family members come out there. The family are so suspicious in my mind because, like, I can't remember which one is which, but with one of them living with the grandmother and the mother basically
Libby.
across the country having near nothing to do with her, and the father somewhere else, and it's that's just all so bizarre to me anyway. It's like, what's actually going on there that they aren't rearing their own or weren't rearing their own daughters? It's just weird to me. But I mean, these would just suggest that there is some video or audio surveillance somewhere, with something maybe that might be incriminating, I suppose, in relation to family members, because it's just all so weird. I don't know. But I have these fellows as well, Boat and Buried. Now, Boat doesn't necessarily
the wrong man.
What?
It said they blamed the wrong man.
Wrong man. Yeah, I certainly don't believe that Richard Allen is the bridge guy anyway. I definitely don't think that.
But he's a part of it.
I never got that vibe. I instantly got, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Something's not right here.
He works with Logan, but yeah. So
and it wasn't
about?
Well, it doesn't have to be necessarily that someone traveled by boat, but it could just be travel itself, and Buried. And I was listening to the two lads there a while ago, like talking about how there was drag marks that they were, he reckoned it was done in a shed or whatever, and that they were dragged to where they were dumped, So these two could kind of suggest that to me. The boat would be travel and to where they weren't buried, obviously, but they were just dumped,
Right.
So that would kind of link in with that to me anyway. So that's what we have so far.
Yeah, because
it doesn't mean necessarily the girls. It just means them. It could mean that the killer is still with the parents, with the cops, with the person that's being falsely accused, or whatever. I mean, all I'm saying is that energy is still present and it's still active in our world, and it's still readable.
Yeah. Because they're thinking they're thinking there could be at least an extra. Ron Logan could not have done this on his own. He was 70-some years old. He had that disability. He had that limp. There was no way he could have done what he did in that spot that quick with people being around and not hearing or seeing anything. And the theory that Chris Todd is putting out along with Delphi After Dark and what they have seen is that because one of the creepy things is
I'm finding it difficult.
I know.
So Richard Allen actually worked at CBS, and after the murders, he actually the Libby's grandparents had brought, or family had brought pictures in to have developed to remember her and the girls. And he approached them in the CVS and said, "Here on the house, have your pictures." And so people thought that was kind of like, especially Chris Todd saying that people who commit these kind of murders love to kind of put their face, it's like a brazen, they get off on it. If they go to the family and then be nice and they befriend them. Same thing with Logan. Apparently, Logan had reached out to, I think maybe Abby's mom, and said, "Here's my number if you need to talk." Kind of, just kind of like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to discuss all the. No, please leave. Yes, please leave. So.
I just want to say that
Yes, I'm getting very involved
handicap
in this
does
case.
not stop an individual from heinous crimes that they are fated to commit. Okay. I'm not saying that is a defense that, because he's handicapped, he couldn't have done it alone. What I'm saying is
but
he
had
was,
a bad lip. Yeah.
If he was fated, unfortunately, to be the person to do this horrible, horrific thing for whatever reason, he could have been more than almost next to dead and still make it happen if he was fated to do it, because that kind of destruction is aided and abetted with balance. And I know that sounds crazy, but balance has to be kept. And if you have to do an evil deed, you're going to make sure you're capable and able of doing it. So
I'm not saying
crazy as and cold as that sounds, I'm sorry, but that's how balance works. Even if it's for the bad, it has to happen.
I get that. And when I met, with people with the limp, some people would call that disability. He had problems walking. He had a limp. So but I understand. But the way things were, especially with him just doing it on his own, and they know that the girls weren't murdered there because there was a little bit of blood there, and they lost a large amount of blood, both of them. And so he had an arm. Okay, arm. So they're thinking that
I got ankle.
And
ankle. She got arm, I got ankle.
So Rick, they're theorizing that Rick and Logan had
met
each other.
Rick came through and then analyze. Rick, R-I-K, and then analyze just came through. Hey, Logan again.
Well, maybe I don't need the cards. We'll just ask Hershe's voice box.
I'm just saying as it comes because I've got it low because your box is going. So I'm just, because nobody can hear it. So I just want everybody to know it's still running.
Yeah, mine too. Don't be alarmed. Well, so they're between Chris and the other guy, and what some law enforcement might be thinking is that the girls were walked off site because Logan's on property was right up to the thank you so much, to the park, and it wasn't. And what they're feeling is the girls were taken to a shed or a cabin that was on Logan's property or nearby. What was done, and then Logan, had somebody lie for him as an alibi, which would have given him enough time with whoever this was. And because they said the search team went through the very same place where they found the girls the night before and they weren't there. So they waited until after the search was called off. And I do believe that even though people on ATV did find the girls, and even that's speculating and kind of suspicious who found them, that their tracks that they had, there was no, they were put like in, wheel down in a barrel or taken through with an ATV, but this was a joint venture. And there have been, the crime scene description has been, released. Libby, and this is, of course, for anybody watching, this is not out of disrespect, but Libby had no clothes on. Her arm was pulled up above her head and her other arm down.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
did look
thinking that
like,
she got dragged and she was dropped there.
Yeah.
But they did have her. They said her head was positioned up and over, looking up. They said that the pictures looked peaceful. I don't know how a crime scene can, they can look peaceful. Um, Abby, on the other hand, was just a slight, like a 2 or 3 steps away. Her one leg was positioned under another. To me, I described it almost kind of looking like the hangman. Um, her arms were like this, with one leg tucked under the other, one bent and one straight. And then whoever, had put sticks and limbs, on top of the girls. And of course, there was that theory going around about the Odinist. My name is Irene. Okay. So this is where some of the confusion from last week came in there, and we want to set it straight. These Odinists that are in the area, that's not true Asatru, that's not true Norse pagan spirituality. This is just a racist or gang bunch of skinheads using another spirituality to use as it's just disgusting.
yes, it
Um,
is.
so one of the things that I wanted to bring up during this reading was I wanted to see, first of all, this Chris Todd is the investigator. He was very confident and assured of himself that he knew what was going on, the information that he shared with law enforcement. I just want to pull cards on him and just get his vibes to make sure that, he was, how do I say it, professional. That he claims that he's worked on other cases and that he's helped solve them. And I just kind of want to get the vibe just around Chris. I want to ask the cards if I don't know if we need to ask the cards if Ron Logan was bridge guy and was involved, because like I said, we got Logan right on there and but I would like to pull cards on that. And I
So
also now
go ahead. I just
I
wanted
know.
to say that I pulled cards first on what Jackie was reading on first. Before we jump topic, you want me to show them before we change, or
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever you ladies want to share, what you
um?
got before we go
So I
ahead.
kind of followed suit, and I asked for clarifiers for Jackie, what Jackie was pulling up, and I got the full card. And if you notice on this full card, there's a little devil talking in his ear, trying to tell him, what to do. I got Ace of Wands in reverse. I got 9 of Coins in reverse. Now this is on the killer or killers. You know what I'm saying?
There's more. Yeah.
Right. I got 10 of Wands. And then I also got, just out of just pulling cold out of my my crime deck. I just pulled cold. I didn't shuffle or anything. I got suspect was living near the crime scene. Was living
Logan.
near the crime scene. So
Was,
was is in past
It's now
tense.
he's dead. Mhm.
Right.
Wow.
And then I got social media will provide an answer. And that's just 2 little cold pulls. I'm going to shuffle up now and go on to the
social
next
media.
subject. But I just wanted to finish that out before my card. I forgot what my cards were about.
Yeah, the social media has made a mess too. Giving false information and
Yes.
stuff and whatnot. So between them and the law enforcement, I'm not saying all the law enforcement, because there is some law enforcement that has come up and said, listen, behind the door, this is what we were heading, and this is where we were kind of derailed and things and stuff. But look what Patricia got. I pulled from my murder mystery oracle deck: lies, deception, and potential cover-up. Research similar crimes in the area. Exactly. And that's what we were going to pull on, because they're thinking that these murders were in retaliation for something that maybe one of them knew, or somebody in the family might have known about the murders of 4 girls in an arson fire in another town over called Flora. So that's one of the ones that I wanted to pull cards on, to see if there is a connection between a group or a gang called the Vindlers, because they're saying that several of the sticks, both on Abby and on Libby, were in the shape of a V. And there is a known group or gang in Flora, in the area of Indiana, they're known as the Vindlers. and people are thinking the Vindlers could very well be a part of the death of the 4 girls in Flora, and this could also be tied to the Delphi's because of somebody knowing something. Nan, oh wow, Nan is here. I also got fish. Oh, that's interesting with the word fish. Catfishing. Richard Allen said he was looking at the fish. He wasn't there looking at the fish. He was there working with Logan. So I want to take a look. I don't even know if we have to really pull cards on Logan. Jackie, did you pull anything else?
Well, these ones just came out, but I can't figure them out. Runaway.
I had an injury.
Look at the tracks. Oh my God.
Yeah, but that looks like the bridge, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Now they weren't exactly running away though. They were just supposedly meeting up with someone, weren't they? But
yeah, and they couldn't run away. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Last week, I think it was, we were live Wednesday, so I think it was Thursday. I watched what's her name? Sloan Bella, isn't it? The one you sent us?
Yes.
I watched hers, and she was fascinating. Like she was discussing kind of how she saw them on the bridge and which direction they both took. And like, I remember I had Karmic Connection last week, and she said that one of them was caught by your man and told the other one to go get help, but she wouldn't leave her, that she just didn't want to leave her on her own, and they stayed together and both died together and whatever, that they were that close, and I had Karmic Connection last week, so I was fascinated with that. Impulse, rash decision.
Brass. I got brass as you got that card. Wow.
Yeah.
You got what, brash?
Yeah, like harsh, brash.
Yeah.
Wow. Rash decision, huh?
Uh-huh.
False accusations. The false accusations are everywhere anyway, because we can't make head or tail of who's who or who did what. But anyway.
I did just get the children's sing on my phone too.
The children's sing.
The children's sing. That's interesting. But it's interesting with Sloan Bella. She said that Abby had actually, now according to Sloan, because I've seen a couple of other readings where I think a few people were like way off from really even kind of like the facts and stuff. So, but Sloan said that Abby said to her, and this is something I'm glad you brought up, Sloan, to remind me, that Sloan said, according to Abby's spirit, the brother of my teacher.
Yeah.
And that's all that she would say to her. And the brother of my teacher. And I just wanted to see and pull cards to see if that information that Sloan got, if that was correct.
I was shot.
I was shot. No, you weren't. I don't. As far as I know, none of the girls were shot. I think they were.
Got contamination of DNA evidence, and that illegal activities were going on during the
I was shot
incident.
Well, people say in the community, they know that there is people that do meth in the area by the bridge. There are young people there that go, they have parties. Why these grandparents thought it was a good idea to let these 2 girls go by themselves to this bridge, knowing that this kind of stuff goes on without an adult with them and then yet some people get angry. Well, don't blame the parents. Well, something was quite lacking in this situation.
Yeah. But that bridge was deadly dangerous anyway. It didn't even have railings at the side, and a lot of the slats or whatever were missing and about to fall apart.
So is it like a conservation, like an actual park they were at? Or are they specifically being dropped off at a place that is dangerous? Did the parent or the sister drop them off in a dangerous situation, or was it an actual park or like a conservation area with trails and hiking and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's
my visions were like fields, open fields, walking trails everywhere.
Yeah, what it is that the Mononhai Bridge is a historic bridge. People really aren't supposed to walk on it, but people do because of its deterioration. But there are trails because people go there. It's a historic park. It's a trail system.
Okay,
and people go there. And but also people are
Well, I was
talking, they
just
say
trying to wrap
that
my
they
head
know
around the
that there
damn
are
take
parties.
them there. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy if they know it's dangerous and they did it anyway. That's crazy.
Now, there's another offshoot to this, and that there was nobody talks to us. Okay, that a lot of names have been thrown into the case if people are following this. You've got people like Keegan Klein, where he's supposed to be in jail for doing shady shit to other young children or people that they're thinking that he might have been involved. There are people, there are so many names that people are throwing around. There was a fake account called Anthony Shots, and somebody was supposed to be using this picture of this good-looking guy, using it to kind of like catfish kids. And some people are wondering if Abby or Libby might have been befriended by this young individual, and they thought that they were going to be meeting a boy, and unfortunately they didn't. And then of course there's the other theory that that's not true, that they were just there to have fun with each other. And when Logan saw that two young girls were alone, and they could possibly because they found, I guess, a burner phone or a couple burner phones in Richard Allen's house. Keep going. Okay. That those two stayed in contact to be able to fulfill their sick little desires. Thank you, Jackie, for keeping an eye. It's just there's just so much information. I really just recommend researching, because there's so many in and outs. There's so much stuff being thrown in, false stuff, possible stuff, things that the authorities aren't releasing, because there's more video and stuff on that girl's phone that they're releasing. And originally they have to know that they weren't murdered there, because when they first initially pinged Libby's phone, because Abby wasn't supposed to have one, it was somewhere like across town or not near the bridge. But then later in the middle of the night, after the search team was called in and the people think they were taken back and dumped, boom, that's where the phone pinged, and that's where they were able to start looking again the next day. And even a couple of people who were the ones that found them are kind of suspect to some people in town too, who are just happy to find them there.
What is whiteboards? I'm sorry, that came out. I should have said that out loud. Sorry.
Whiteboards?
I'd imagine to
Bookie Witch said you need whiteboards, and I'm like, what is whiteboards?
Oh, the white, yeah.
What is
the
whiteboards?
Dry erase board. Dry
Oh, duh, that went over my head. I'm so focused and listening to everything going on, and it's like, wait, whiteboards? What is that?
Yeah, and
those two boys I just watched did say that apparently Ron, isn't it, Logan? Yeah, was known for making meth in the barn or shed or whatever he had.
Ooh, then that would match the illegal activity I got. Suspect was into illegal activity, which, I mean, if you're part of a cult, you're already in some illegal shit anyway. Because cults are not, the rainbows and the Girl Scouts and the Boys Club. So, there's that.
They also said that the phone that was found under whichever one of the girls' body,
Libby, yeah,
that it did ping further away from the bodies after the time that they would have died, and then was put back under the body.
Yeah. Which is there's hardly any blood there. Yeah, so they know that the girls weren't. Now another thing. I mean, I want to pull cards on what. See, I don't know, because we all know that we're not all 100% accurate when it comes to psych. There's very few who are, are that accurate. But when Sloan said the brother of my teacher, I just want to see if that is an accurate, if Sloan understood her properly, if that's exactly what Abby said. Because Richard Allen was not a teacher. Well, I don't think his brother was a teacher. I tried looking up. I actually tried to Googling Abby and Libby's teachers, middle school teachers, and the internet wouldn't give me any information. That was interesting too, or who the teachers were at the time at their school. I mean, there is just so much in a town. I mean, the police enforcement really blew this big time. I know there are a couple of people. There's more of us. Oh, great. Okay. I know there are some that worked, were truly trying to get to what was right, but there are also those that really screw things up, which is what's
Is there a firefighter that was involved in this?
Interesting. Now,
so somebody just said the firefighter was genuine. I'm not sure what that means. I didn't know there was a firefighter even involved in this shit. It's the first time I've heard anything about a firefighter. All I keep hearing is the sheriff will burn. The sheriff knows he lied.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, and then I got like the white shirt, but somebody literally just came through very loudly and said, the fireman. So is there a fireman involved?
Well, there probably was, because there was search crews out late into the night looking for these girls. But it's interesting that you said firefighter, because one of the ways that this one guy, they're saying now that they don't think this guy who was using a firefighter's image to catfish girls, because that's one of the things. The guy's name was Anthony Schatz, was an account where somebody had created, making this guy look like, I think he was supposed to be like a good looking fireman or somebody, or young boy or whatever.
It was.
And that, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just saw that photograph somewhere, I think. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there could have been there were people who truly generally were out there helping to look for the girls. But another problem too is that when they went out searching, the police did not direct people to, if you gotta go to the bathroom, please go back. People were, you're using the woods to pee, people were spitting, and stuff. And you can't do that because you could be contaminating a crime scene. And so from the beginning, this DNA was all
destroyed. Yeah.
Well, there is some DNA they say that they have that could possibly link at least Richard. Why they don't want to focus on Logan, and why they refuse to involve Logan or arrest him when they had plenty of evidence, lying about an alibi and everything, all I could think of is that somebody in enforcement might have been a consumer of Logan's activities.
Yeah.
Possibly, and to protect themselves or somebody they knew, they had to protect him. Now, I'm not sure what I put this up here because I'm not sure what Stephen Menace game warden. So if you wanted to specify, so I'm just looking up. Okay. So I do apologize. I know I seem to be all over the place today, but this case has so many loopholes and turns here.
So when you asked the question about the teacher's brother, right?
Yes.
I went to my yawns and I asked to receive the answer to the out loud question. And what I got was an emphatic yes. Definitely get more information, and you're going in the right direction.
Okay. The brother of my teacher.
But what does that mean? What is part of the cult?
Yeah, what kind of a teacher? A school teacher, a spiritual teacher?
I mean, did the girls have a spiritual life? I mean, actually, they would have probably been, if they had any form of spirit, it was probably religion, and it was probably church and Sunday school. So could it have been a Sunday school teacher? I don't know. I'm with you. The concept of first mind goes to school teacher. But that's me thinking logically. Oh well, obviously it's a school teacher, but you know it doesn't have to be. It could be a Sunday school teacher.
Yeah.
It could be a professor. You know, like I know that sounds crazy, but
But it could even be a family member, someone that's raising them and teaching them how to live not like normal human beings. It could be the grandmother, you know.
or as a mentor. Yep, that's what I
Yeah.
was. Yep.
Yeah.
So how do we want to break down? Because it's obvious that Logan is a part of this. I mean, there's just no if, ands, or buts. What I want to ask some questions about the brother of my teacher to see if we could maybe figure out who's this brother. Is this referring to Richard? Is this referring to somebody that Abby knew or Libby knew? But I want to look to see if there is any connection to this Vindler's game. I know Hershe, you got a yes at some point. And that if the girls
Didn't I, in the
murders were
very
connected to the
first
Florida.
encounter with this, didn't I get something about a game or they played
You
one
said
of the
play a
girls
game or
knew.
something.
Yes, one of the girls or something. I could have swore one of my, I don't remember now because you know it's gone, but and at that point I wasn't writing down my little hits that I was getting, so it was just verbally speaking them. But I feel like I had that as one of my hits, like played the game or didn't play the game or something like that. I don't know why I feel like that, but
I'm going to go ahead and pull cards on this Vindler's game or group because they're thinking that they're connected to the Flora murders.
what's the name of it again?
Vindlers.
Vendors.
Vindlers.
Vendlers. Okay, Vendlers.
Because there was the murder of those 4 girls, and they're thinking that they're connected. And another thing too that they said that was described at the crime scene was that whoever the killers were, they put some of Abby's blood into or smeared it over Libby's hand to suggest that, you know, Abby's death was because of
So
Libby.
this is gonna sound a little probably premature, but I'm seeing like an F in blood, like and it almost looks like a ruin F, like not quite like an alphabetical F.
That's a picture. That's actually part of the crime scene. There's a tree, and they say it looks like either a handprint leading out with blood, or someone drew an F like a rune.
It definitely looks like an F, like it's some kind of
and
F.
It was on the
I'm
tree
getting an
above
F
Libby's
vibe,
head.
but then again, now that I'm actually thinking about it, like if they're placing their hand, I can't even see of how. If I'm placing my hand,
So many people are saying they're overlooking or overlooking into.
I can't see how I could place my hand on bark and get the print, the handprint to show an F as clearly as I'm seeing it. I think it would have been more like a backwards C if it would have been a handprint. I think I'm
like
seeing an F.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'm seeing an F.
Yep.
It just said run, get the fuck.
Oh, yep. So.
Whoa. What? Ah. Whew. Okay. Breathe.
Okay, I asked if the Vindlers had anything to do with this. And on my people's card, I'm getting friend, dating/lovers, and caregiver. Although I don't have a game card in here.
I don't think I do either.
Oh, I do in this deck.
We played communication. I was neck tortured. Oh my God.
And that's using the spirit talker. Wow.
And I saw that little girl that had like the stabbing in the neck and shit that I told you about.
That was I believe that was Abby.
Heather, Do you remember you said, because I couldn't find it anywhere. Do you remember you said they took a souvenir? Did you say what it was?
No, they don't know what it was, but someone took something from them.
Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah,
got hidden
yeah,
in
I
plain
got
sight.
souvenir was taken. That was in one of my, I think it was in the last live we did, Jackie. I got that the killer took a souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that in my my crime deck thing. It was one of the cards that the killer kept a souvenir.
Something that I watched was suggesting that it was like I don't know, an internal organ or something. I don't know.
So this is interesting. I got hidden in plain sight.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I got road, bridge, crossroad, pathway, trail.
Yeah.
I got premeditated.
Yeah, I had that before.
I did get intoxication, and I got hit and run. Now, intoxication, that was one of the reasons why Logan ended up going back into jail, because he broke his probation, because he had I think it was a DUI or something. He couldn't drive. The hit and run, I'm not sure what that is. I'm asking about the Vindlers, but I'm not getting anything that feels like a game.
Do I have runes? Okay.
The only rune that I could think of that might be the shape of an F would be the Fehu.
It's Fehu, yeah. Abundance. So it could have been to do with money. I had a money card fall out there a while ago.
False accusations. So I just got false accusations about Vindlers. So I don't know. See, I haven't been able to research the Vindlers yet. I did get breakup, sharp instrument, evidence.
It said, look at the runes. So I'm pulling out my runes and I'm going to actually look at it.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Jackie, did you have anything you wanted to share? Or are you still shuffling, hon?
There was just these two that I can't decide who they'd be in relation to, but deviant or pervert, an accessory after the fact. So I don't know, I'm thinking, what's his name, Richard Allen.
So it was well, also Logan was known to like younger women.
Yeah.
He actually,
yeah,
he actually had, it was known that he had a woman willing to give a woman who was just released from prison a place to stay if she was willing to provide for him.
Yeah.
And so
I think though, with the accessory after the fact, I think Logan was more than likely fully involved. So this is someone who helped some other pervert who helped afterwards kind of cover it up or whatever, you know.
So I was just looking at my rune set for the F, because I wanted to
put you up.
Okay. What I was actually seeing. There's the
F. We can't see it though, sweetheart. You're pixelated.
Of course I am. So anybody that has a set of runes, if you have a set of runes, I want you to, not immediately, but I want you to check that rune out, and I want you to look at the F, because it's exactly what I saw. It's exactly what I saw. And in reverse, it's negative financial gain, possession, and excessive abundance in reverse. I'm not saying that the F was in reverse, but what I'm saying is that if you use the Odin runes in a negative aspect, you're going to get the unluck of the Irish. Okay? Just take my word for it. You're going to get a bunch of what you want in a very negative aspect. So, I would always run to Donna usually if I had any rune questions, but I don't see Donna in the chat, so I can't run to Donna and say, Donna, explain this. So I will turn to Donna after this live, and I will ask her to explain more, because she knows runes better than anybody I know at this point. I am definitely going to investigate what this F is that I'm seeing, because there's got to be something.
It's
and then specifically, yes, run. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm definitely going to be that, I guess, after this.
So ladies, what are you getting for this murder? Them pointing it towards a group called the Vindlers. Do you think that's a smokescreen? That's what I'm trying to see whether or not I can rule.
Probably.
because the guy that Hershe doesn't like, that lives in the area, feels
Oh!
that it's connected.
The other F is Ansus, and it's Odin.
Huh.
It is Odin.
Yeah. Yeah.
They better
Ansus.
not take my Allfather's name and keep bashing it, because they is peeing a lot of people off that believe in the Allfather, and we know he is not about that negative shit. So they are
Nope.
playing with fire, and Odin is the match, and I cannot wait. I'm just saying, it's my opinion, but I can't wait for them to reach their day. Can't wait
Yeah.
for their day.
I asked if the Vindlers were connected to
Oh,
Abby and Libby's
ancestors.
murder, if they were, if it was a cover, like a smoke screen. I asked if the Vindlers were connected, and the first card I got out had an N on it for no.
So yeah, and I got reconsider. This is not a sign, and keep getting information. So I think it's a
But
no.
then I got 3 yeses and then another no. So it's like maybe I
Well,
should
clear
go
your
by
cards,
the
clear
yeses.
your energy. I'll ring my bell again. Do you have a bell or anything to like clear your energy or your space? Because you do have equipment running.
Yeah.
That's why I keep ringing my bell, because there's a lot of equipment running. So I'm trying to keep the energy cleared out. So,
Yeah, I've
or
got
if you have an incense stick you can burn or something to, just kind of clean the palate, kind of, keep everything fresh.
So Jackie, did you get anything on the game, the Vindlers?
No, not yet.
Oh,
I'm
Right.
trying to detect
Yes,
it.
I absolutely agree, but I don't believe that this is anything positive. But I know this. I know that the positive aspect is about fertility and creativity and all of that. So that kind of energy, good energy, that's birthing and bringing good into the world. And I think that the sign of it, the way it's kind of cockeyed turned, is an insult to, kind of like how Hitler took the damn Jainism star
Swastika.
and turned it into a swastika, and they turned it inside out and backwards. I think that's what they're ultimately kind of trying to show me, but it's first mind is they've inverted an F from the runes, is what I feel like I saw, and then of course it gave me an immediate response. Yes, ruin. So what does it say? Several creeps.
I brought to the light and eyes of the law on them because of this. I think because of the
Absolutely.
fake.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Linda Sandoval got a no on the Vindlers, and it was so interesting because I just got, even though Liberty's parents' last name is spelled with a T-T-Y, I did get Patty with a P-A-D-D-Y just now.
Yeah, I got Patty earlier too.
Now I'm just wondering though, are their murders though still connected to the murders in Flora?
Yes.
As in the
Potential.
potential? Okay.
Just wait a minute.
So I'm just going to ask to see if Abby and Libby's murders are connected to the murders of the 4 girls in Flora, Indiana, which is in the same county, but just like a town or 2 over. Whoa. Okay, that's too many cards. And oh wow, almost all of them are all yeses. Interesting.
Oh.
Because what they're saying is that they think a friend of Liberty's or a family member that Liberty knew was actually a home appraiser that had appraised or had been a part of the sale of the home that burned with the 4 girls in it. And one of the girls, or a couple of the girls, loved to do. One of them wanted to be a forensic scientist. They wanted to do law enforcement, and I'm wondering if Liberty figured something out. I don't know. They keep secrets. I bet you they do. Yeah, Rossi, Ansus, Odin, communications, wisdom, insight, knowledge, answers, mystery. Okay, yes, they are. So, Linda, you're saying that the murders of Flora and in the town of Flora and in Delphi are connected. So where are they getting this Vindlers? The murders of Abby and Libby and
Yes.
Flora girls.
Yes.
Are they connected? Yeah, I'm getting a yes too, Linda. And know what's really creepy is my 10 of Pentacles for the yes is a guy with a mustache, and he looked very similar to the age and the mustache that Ron Logan had.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I got 3 yeses on that.
Necrophonic just said the children sing.
Yeah, I got the children singing on my spirit talker earlier.
Oh wow.
We
The
fight
children
the darkness. They keep secrets and we fight the darkness. I got.
See, I must have a different kind of rune deck because I thought my F was Freya or Freya.
No,
or how you say her name.
There's two.
Huh?
She says
two
there's
Fs.
2. You know what? I have Kristen Louise's rune deck. Let me look at it. Star rune deck.
There's 2. They're slightly different.
Yeah, see, letter F in my runes
Worship.
is Freya.
We fight the darkness, and I
In
just
which
got
I'm probably
worship.
saying that wrong, but
I just got the word worship.
Freyu.
So
Freyu. They're saying pronounce it Freyu. So my F is Freyu. And in my thing it says cattle, immense wealth, associations to success and wealth, natural abundance. When in reverse, you have possession, financial gain negatively, and excessive abundance. So, like, I don't know, like, I guess
here's the other F. Here's the other F.
And who is yours?
And
see, I didn't. Who is that in mine? Well, I must have the wrong damn runes.
No, honey, there's 2 F's in,
There's 2.
in the runes. There's 2.
Because see, the one that looks like an F is an A.
Yeah.
See, here you go. Here, I'm going to put myself on the big screen. Here, take a look.
Yeah,
at
I'm not
this.
looking at the rune itself. I'm looking at the
There's
letter F.
Fehu.
That's
There's
Fehu.
Fehu and there's Ansus. So
Okay.
that's Fehu and this is Ansus.
Okay. Okay. Yep. It's the one with the. It's not this. It's not that one. It's the one at the top with it extending up. Yes. It's the actual F. Yes. Frehu.
That's interesting as the other one represents
Was
Odin. And
Frehu.
Yeah, yeah.
unless they screwed it up, they're trying to blame these Odinists and
Well,
they
that's what I'm
chose the
saying. They
wrong
could be
one.
trying to plant shit to make it look like that. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
why would you do that? You
Well,
know?
there's actual people around the area that do call themselves Odinists. They are white supremacists. They're proud of their white nationalism, and they use Odin as their god for their superior. It's just like the Nazis.
Huh. Yes, there is.
Patricia, Patty, nickname for Patrick. Interesting. Okay, thank you, Patricia.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I've sure been getting a lot of that.
Because Liberty's grandparents, so if people don't know, for some reason Liberty was living with her grandparents. Her mother lived over
Yes, Aaron.
200 miles away in another state.
Oh, yes, and I got that too. One of the parents was missing or MIA or something like that.
And the father was supposed to pick them up, even though the father apparently wasn't that connected to,
Yeah.
Liberty's. So I don't know why, but you kept getting a lot of 3s on your sheets that you sent me, and 3:15 was supposed to be the time that the girls were supposed to be picked up by their father. So I'm wondering if the 3 o'clock is the time when they were.
Yeah, lots of hits, guys.
It says keep going on mine. Hi, Kala. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Thomas. So, see that we're talking about runes.
Hey, bro. And Aaron, I absolutely agree. When violence is committed, the energy stays for a very, very, very long time. The energy is not absorbed. It is prominent for a very long time. So I got this other one. Remember the other day when I sent you the copies of my hits I was
Yes.
getting, right?
Yes, I have them.
So I was just looking at it, and I see here again I'm getting the heart pressure, and they're tying it to the judge again. So I don't know what's going on with a judge, or in this case, or a case to a future judge about this case, but there's something with the heart going on. I don't know what this is meaning, but like I have been getting something about the heart since the hit started, and the hit started at 11:25. I mean, the date 11:25. So last month I've been getting hits on like
So,
crazy shit.
I'll validate you on that. The judge.
Well, I guess it wouldn't mean for her to say that shit.
Did something because what happened is that, let's just say, well, the judge is suspect right now in a decision that she made in regards to Richard Allen's court case. She went ahead and dismissed his defense team, and then went into courtroom on camera and said that they declined to be his judge. So she forced his attorneys. They didn't quit. She just told them you're no longer. She fired them, which was against the law right then.
I was going to say that would be totally against his federal rights.
Yeah, and besides that, not long after she did that, she was sent to the hospital. She wasn't well, so it might have had something to do maybe with her heart, or she's being paid off. She's connected. So I'm saying this whole thing, I had an injury. Okay.
It just said delusional.
So Jackie, you got anything, sweetheart?
I had, well, I have death, but I had this as well last week. Remember serial killer thrill kill?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, that would kind of say to me that it's not
Welsh.
Welsh.
I
The
just like
language
word
or
Welsh.
the
Yeah, the language Welsh. I just got
language
that on my
Welsh.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay,
Strange.
remember, only people connected to this case. Okay.
You wouldn't know. Who knows? I had this as well last week. Thrill kill. They're kind of up. They're kind of
no, it was. They're thinking it was. Logan and Richard were waiting for the perfect opportunity to kind of share in their sick little, and that day just presented itself where, the girls were there and it was timed, and he stayed out of sight. Well, people had seen him there walking up and down the paths, and he later told law enforcement, I was just there looking at the fish. And so they were waiting till the witnesses, were like, no, we thought we saw Richard wearing all black. And people are saying, no, Richard is the guy in the blue jeans. So they keep protecting this Logan guy, and they want to throw Richard Allen completely solely under the bus, being the only one. And it's just not true. But yeah, this was a thrill kill. That's what Sloan Bella was picking up. They were like, too, that this was some sick, predilection.
I mean, that would kind of reinforce the fact that it was nothing to do with any cult or group that were, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. And then of course I had wooded area and local anyway. That it was.
There
local.
You go.
Yep. It was nearby to them anyway.
Mine's by girl.
So the brother of my teacher, I would like to ask the cards if this was Abby or Libby. So I'm going to ask if this. So this was Abby. So I'm trying to figure out if this.
What did we say? Who is the brother of my teacher?
That's what Abby said to Sloan.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
The brother of my teacher.
So it was Abby. You said that to her, wasn't it? You said.
Yep.
Okay. So will we ask who is the brother of Abby's teacher?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they say the teacher. If we can find out, maybe get an idea of who this teacher was, if it was a spiritual teacher, if it was, a school teacher.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just use my yes and no's.
I don't know. I was suspicious of the granddad that was being interviewed there, and one of the ones I watched. I had sent it on to you, Heather. The grandfather who was supposed to have collected them that day. I thought he was very similar in size and everything to Bridge guy, but I don't know.
No, I've never seen a picture of that. Would have been Liberty's dad. I don't remember seeing a picture.
No, the granddad. It was the granddad that was.
Oh, the granddad. Oh, Mike Patty. That's his name.
He was a granddad, yeah. But he was being interviewed in one of the videos that I watched, and he was very.
Look what I just got.
See?
And the guy for Delphi After Dark, he did a video, very angry that people are still trying to pin this on the family. Rick is not happy that people are. But I got parental figure, I got serial killer and runaway. And then on the bottom it says family. Because what I did was I separated people from the other decks. I had so many cards. So what I did with this section here is that I put, actual physical people, runaway, parental figures, serial killer, family, witness, law enforcement, repeat. So I put pronouns, people, and then so I'm going to pull some other cards, but
I was suspicious of that granddad.
So I got closer observation of the victim's house is needed. Yeah. And then, like I said, I'm using the Murder Mystery by Swear Tarot, and victim had a history with the killer.
Look what just flew out.
Wow. See?
Yep. Yep. I've gotten this card every single time. I can't tell you how many times I got this card that something in that family needs to be looked at. I don't know what it is, and I don't know who it is, but something in that family needs to be looked at. Something is being ignored, or something is being omitted intentionally. Something needs to be looked at. Now, whether it's with Abby or Libby, I don't know. Could it be with the killer? I don't know. But it needs to be recognized that there needs to be some more family interviews done.
I just got basement on my spirit talker.
You're kidding. I got below right when you got basement, and I got below.
Huh.
And now it just said family. My necrophonic just said family.
Because how otherwise would they know that the girls were going to be there for Logan and for Alan, to grab a hold of,
The third girl.
But who's the third girl? Because there was supposed to be a girl who was supposed to go with them that canceled, and that's why Kelsey had to take the girls to the bridge. But I don't know who this third girl is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know that it should have been
just got Uncle.
What I was told.
I just got Uncle.
Ooh.
See, that could be a brother of a teacher being a parent or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put these cards aside. I'm going to grab my yes and no's, and I'm going to see if one of
it says good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice.
I should be.
I get more from Jan sometimes than I do on an entire day.
I know. Yeah. So I'm gonna call Steven up here for a second. So Steven and I talk occasionally, and Steve thought, we would be, this investigative tarot would be a good fit for this case. No kidding, Steven. This has been crazy. But I know, Steven, that you said that you've been watching the case as well since it happened. Let us know if there's anything that question that you think would be valuable using your knowledge and intuition that we could pull cards on, if that's comfortable with you, because he's very familiar with this case as well. And I'm still waiting for my murder mystery deck too to come in. It still hasn't been
Oh
here.
God.
Is there like more than one murder mystery? Because I'm wondering who the murder mystery deck is by Melanie France. I wonder what that looks like.
I don't know, but the only one that I know of is the one that's on Etsy. Melanie France.
300 years.
I keep
I've been
getting
here for
the-
300 years. No, that's not part of this case. So I disregard. But 300 though. 300 is a number though. 300 was the route or the interstate where they believe Alan parked his truck or where he set out foot, because there's two bridges. There's the Mountain High Bridge, which they decommissioned, and then they built a new one called the Freedom Bridge. And they're like one's here and one's here. And it was off of Route 300 or Interstate 300 is where they believe his car, or where he parked and waited and kept an eye out or started to walk. So I'm wondering that I've been here 300 years. They use that phrase
Right, as a clue to the
300
location or something like that. Look what I just got, y'all, and I don't know if I'm pixelated or not, but it says killer is a predator who tracks a very specific type.
Where am I?
Well, that was Logan too.
Then I got argument and fight are a strong factor. And I got details leading up to the murder may be needing more investigating. So I don't know,
Okay,
guys.
here we go.
Yeah.
This is what
There
Steven
were
just gave
three
us.
pedophiles. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to
Me.
somebody. Look, they
Me,
wanted
me.
me to look up pedos in the area. Oh my God, I can't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody. And
me.
one of my guides came in and they were like, look up pedos. And I was like, okay, now this is nationally on every website, right? So I went into the county and I said, registered pedophiles in this area, right? List not available.
Huh.
Oh.
And I looked up every damn county around
And it's
Carroll
supposed
County
to be made.
and Indiana, and every damn one of those pedo lists popped up immediately without hesitation. I didn't have to look too hard or nothing. And I was on the phone with somebody, so it was like they were like, "Are you kidding me right now? You can't get the list?" And I was like, "No, I physically can't get the list. List unavailable." And that person was very thoughtful and was like, "Well, they're doing it to protect the innocence of the girls." I understand what you're saying, but let me tell you something. I am not tied to that case, and if I want to move to that area and that list is not available,
Oh, I just got Patricia. I just got Patricia. So I know we have Patricia in chat, but I also got a Patricia. So the lover's card just jumped out.
Didn't somebody say Patty was the short version of Patricia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got lovers. I got 9 of Wands, great strength, and then I got the Fool. So for me, I feel like it's still possible that the girls were lured there by somebody. I mean, they were young, they were naive. They, maybe thought. I know Sloane Bella was concerned because according to Sloane and what she picked up psychically was that Abby wanted to because Abby okay, I just got Elizabeth. Well, that's interesting. I got that Abby was getting older. She was into her boys. She wanted to be more independent. She wanted to experience life. She wanted to kind of grow up really fast. And Liberty was more of the motherly, the more protective of the two. She was very protective of Abby. And according to Sloane, she's feeling that Libby wanted to meet a boy, and that Liberty was like, oh, hell no, you're not going there by yourself. I'm coming with you. And they go there. And according to Sloane, as she claims that, Abby is showing her the scenario. Not long after the picture was taken, Liberty had gone off because Liberty loved looking at bugs and things in nature, and that she had stepped away from Abby for a bit, and then when she turned around, she was startled because out of nowhere there was, you know, this person all of a sudden there, and she said that, you know, the guy did attack Abby first, and Abby had told her, run, get help. But of course, Liberty being the mother bear, you know, her friend, she didn't want to leave her friend behind and ended up staying. So that's kind of the
Wow.
scenario, you
Wow.
know, to that, according to Sloan and what she psychically picked up.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of the deck, I did get the unstable effect. I got the Seven of Swords.
Yes, we're here.
There's the 2. Yes, we're here. Okay. So yeah, he definitely stole, you know, it was a defeat. Yeah. There was just, yeah, their innocence was stolen.
We don't have any idea, do we, why the mother lived across the country? We don't know anything about that, do we?
No, because I watched both part 1 and part 2 of Down the Hill,
Yeah.
the documentary, and they interviewed, you know, the mother, Libby's mom, but her mom said it was a complex relationship.
Okay.
I
Well,
got
because-
that
How
she was
complex?
I kind of
Yeah.
got the vibe that she was run out of town, like because she was choosing to date who she wanted to date, and it was not approvable, acceptable, or like her family was against the choice of dating, and she wanted to be somewhere not so rural, so she, I believe, if I understood what I felt, she chose to move that far away for whoever the guy
Okay.
or person she was dating, and also work, like more opportunities for employment. So
Yep. She was tired of defending herself.
yeah, I don't want to say it's like she was dating outside of her race, but I definitely feel like she was dating an unapproved counter partner, and they, you know, she was catching a lot of flack because of it.
That is a part of one. That's one of the theories that are going around, is that one of the parents, either Libby or Abby, their mother was dating a different person racially.
So dating a
they're
black
thinking-
man, so the cult is gonna step in because she's dating a black man. Lord, stay away from me because both my kids is mixed, and I wish you would. You can F around and find out.
No, I'm just saying though, that might be why this white supremacist Odinist might
Oh,
have targeted the 2 girls, was because to make an example of.
They did spells.
They did spells. No, they didn't do spells. Or maybe
I
they
had
did do
these-
spells. Here, let me get you up on here. There you go.
Mother and murder for hire. So that's why I was asking about the mother, and actually then I have this as well, which looks very much like some link to Ron Logan, making
there's
his
the
mate
diction.
in the shed, you know. I'm just wondering, like, was there some?
Logan's the face that shows up in that weird picture of the tree branches? Is that Logan face or whatever?
Oh, so people, I don't think I sent it to Jackie. I don't know if I sent it to you.
What?
There was
She's like, what? I got cheated?
so before Abby and Libby died, we know
Right.
that Libby took a picture of Abby on the bridge.
Yes.
And I kept wanting to look at that picture because something kept drawing me to look at the pictures. And then the other one was just her taking a picture of the bridge itself. But when I enlarged it to see if I could see a figure standing in the trees or something. Here, I don't know if people can see this on my screen. Here, I'm going to just here, let me do this. Can y'all see the face?
Instantly.
Yeah, I can see that there. Yeah, that you pointed at. Yeah.
Hershe was like, what am I looking at? And I said, look at the face. And then she saw it. So when I enlarge and when I pull it back, you can clearly see it. And it almost looks like his
It almost
face.
looks like there's a star in the light, like the star images.
Yeah. Yeah.
It almost looks like it's forming a star right just to the left of the damn creepy face in the weeds.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
So
creepy.
I sent that picture to Hershe asking, could this just be pareidolia? You know,
I mean, if
and
that's the case, we both see it. I've showed a couple other people that picture, and they instantly go right to that face. I'm like, damn, is it that obvious? Shit.
Yeah.
So apparently
and that was
very clearly
after.
seen.
And this was just before they were murdered that picture was taken.
Okay.
So it's almost like a weird premonition, almost like the
It
picture
does,
saying
doesn't
this
it,
is the
Maya?
guy's
Like,
face.
it's creepy how much it looks like somebody's, and it kind of looks like they were bent down like this. Like you can kind of see their shoulder, and you see their face, like they're overlooking their shoulder. Like, yep, you see me. It's creepy. It's definitely
She
creepy.
says, I did not instantly see the face.
I
But
didn't
yeah.
get you to
instantly see it, but then once I saw it, now I can't unsee it. It's like shit. But I didn't instantly see it. I was like, what the hell am I looking at here? I don't see anything.
I just got the name Ron.
Huh?
You piece of.
I'm like, wait.
It says painful and it says Ron. So whatever energy, I mean, when they said we did spells, for all we know, they might have, because of being Odinist, they might have wanted to do dark spell.
But I also got ritual. A ritual is a form of a spell.
This is
ritual
true.
work, spell work, seances. That's all a form of magic and spells and divination, so to speak. So depending on your terminology, rituals can be a form of spells because there's rhyming involved, there's elements involved, there's tools involved. So
but we're trying to figure out if this was actually a ritual or just made to look like a ritual to throw off.
I understand. I mean, I'm just saying in the general scheme, when I do my rituals or my spell work or any of that, they kind of do go hand in hand a little bit.
I reckon it was made to look like it anyway.
Yep. Yep, to throw it off.
Yeah.
I got this again.
Obviously, someone would have had to have enough knowledge to be able to fake it, you know?
I got success. This came out again. I just shuffled. And before this came out, it says here, success unfulfilled.
Gray Hughes. That's the guy I was telling you about when I clicked on one of his videos after the link. I remember the name.
Yeah, we don't
Gray
like
Hughes.
him.
No, he was one of the recommended. When I clicked on the video you sent me, and I watched the first one, and then there was, I told you, a female and then another guy. That was the guy, the Gray Hughes.
And it just said Hughes on your thing?
Yes.
Because Hughes is supposed to be the person that Delphi After Dark doesn't like, I think.
Oh, well, I think I like the Hughes guy more than I like
just got
Delphi
Brown
After
Eyes and
Dark.
Lucifer.
Well, Lucifer is Morningstar, and he is perfectly fine. We allow angels, so stop trying to scare the people who don't know no better. Lucifer was an angel. Stop it. You ain't fooling nobody. Angels are welcome.
Well, it depends on how you're raised. Some people have that image and that energy around them, and for them, I understand. I understand. I mean, one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Lucifer.
Yeah,
with Tom Ellis. That was one of the best TV shows I have ever seen.
It was great. Yeah,
Lucifer Morningstar. You know his I just got the grave. I wonder who the Brown Eyes is. I think
I kept getting brown eyes too. I'm a kid. It said I'm a kid.
I heard that. Okay, so
yes, you can stay.
it's kind of hard to pull on the brother of my teacher. Or do you want to just go ahead and try it and see what we get?
So I mean, I answered the out loud question about him being like a valid point, and I got an emphatic yes.
So
but I also got gain more information. So like, don't stop, keep going, but you need to gain more information.
There isn't any, unfortunately.
well, not that anybody's willingly giving up, but I am sure that, there is something about needing more information about him might lead us maybe in a totally different direction, guys. Like, I know that nobody wants to hear that, but
Wheel of Fortune. The wheel turns.
stop sign, pay attention, look around.
And Maya, it wasn't amazing. And I have all seasons on DVD. Not a lot of shows I will do that for. I need to get a Discovery of Witches on DVD. I need to get the updated. Oh, this just came flying out. The Devil. I've got my Charmed already on
I have
DVD.
the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords. So some big
Here, let me put you on the
Right.
biggie. There we go.
some big breakdown between some, couple or friendship or whatever.
Oh, I got Three of Pentacles too. So this was put together.
Yeah.
So somebody in the in like the online thing, which Delphi After Dark did, and like someone bringing this up, there's a theory that's possibly, and I don't know where people are coming up with this. This has to be something that somebody knows, or else they would, or might be aware of, or else they wouldn't maybe bring it up. But some people had speculated, and Rick of Delphi After Dark did not appreciate this. But people feel that Abby or Libby might have been interested in Kelsey's boyfriend, and his name is Cody. And I actually had that name pop up on my Spirit Talker last night.
Don't I got the name somewhere?
Don't
I got that name somewhere?
You know what? You might. On one of your sheets. I have 3 of them saved. I also got The Grave, Appear, and Painful. So I'm going to ask the Spirit Talker, does Liberty, I'm sorry to ask you this, but did your sister Kelsey have any part in your kidnapping and murder? But people say, people got to leave the family alone,
Huh?
Well, I got Knight of Swords, I got Ace of Pentacles, and I've got the Seven of Swords again, unstable effect.
Smith. It just said Smith. And Joshua Tree. I just heard that.
I got that once before too, and I'm like, Joshua Tree. I just got Street.
Yeah, like specific tree, like Joshua Tree. Wow, that's pretty specific.
But the girls were found by, the hand that had, the tree. There was a tree that's where the bloody F was printed on. Libby's head was put at the base of the tree with her head, the branch under her neck, going this way, and her arm just touching, at the base of the tree. And they're thinking that she might have been just like dragged and dropped there, and that's why her arm was like that. But Abby was positioned in that shape, and to me, that shape looks like the shape
It's
of
that
a
placement remorse. Like okay, so studying a little bit that I have with psychology and the psychological part of the criminal mind, usually staged actually kind of can mean a sign of remorse, like when they stage the body, or they cleanse the body, or they wash the body, or they place the body with protection or praying hands and stuff like that.
This is roughly the shape that they found Abby in. And to me, when I saw that, I automatically saw the hangman. Because if you turn it up like this, you got the leg and the so.
Wow.
Oh, did I miss something here? Sorry, Michelle Williams. work listening question. Who is Delphi After Dark? It's yeah, like Jackie said, it's a YouTube channel. Hershe started watching. The guy who owns and runs it is a guy named Rick.
Please move forward.
And please move
Did
forward.
you say
Okay.
Rick?
Huh?
His name is Rick Snay. And,
Oh yeah, that's right. I kept getting RIC, RIK, RIK. And I'm like,
RICK, and Hershe kind of got some funky energy off of him, just kind of wanting to be a showman.
I didn't.
But he's had some very interesting conversations with that author, Chris Todd, and
Yeah.
how Chris Todd did the investigation. And they go and they show how, multiple times, how the police messed up the crime scene. You know, people trampling it, people coming by later, and you know, the branches and the things that were placed on the girls' bodies, they didn't take that in as evidence, or the tree trunk, or the bark with the blood on it. They left
Wait.
all
They
behind.
didn't take any of it. They didn't cut the tree down. They didn't take the
No,
bark?
no, apparently not. And then they went a couple weeks later to go grab the stuff, and it's too late now, you stupid effers.
Yeah. Look at the image. 3
Oh my
swords
God.
through the neck and shoulders.
Oh my God! Ooh.
Let me see if I can find.
What
That's
deck
just-
is that? That's like a
That
run deck.
It's the runic tarot. That's the back of the cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Jackie, what's your gut tell you, girl? Now this is week 2. We've done a million cards. We've done backstage. We've done necrophonic. We've done spirit talker. What is your gut telling you?
I'm very suspicious of the family. I just think the whole family are so strange. I don't know.
I agree.
And like with those cards coming up there now, mother and what was the other one? Anyway, and then there was addiction as well. And the addiction card like just made me think of Ron in his little shed making up his meth, which the 2 boys in that last video that I watched said that he was known to make meth. So maybe the mother had some kind of addiction that he was feeding, and
Yeah.
that they together had something to do with the whole death. Maybe she got her fix when he was left to do what he wanted to do or whatever. I don't know. It's all very. I just think the family are weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which
I gotcha.
ones again?
Definitely kind of sketch for sure. It's definitely a lot of sketch activity for me.
Yeah.
Libby or Abby?
Broken. You know, it's not very
Family in general.
fluent. You know, it's kind of broken. It's a little too broken.
Yeah.
You know, there's no fluidity. You know, I think the only one that's had a consistent story is the sister. Like, she knows what
Yeah.
happened in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But like she says, I don't know where my sister's at right now. I don't know how my sister got there. I don't know anything after I dropped my sister and her friend off or whatever. However, she said it in that little YouTube clip thing I saw, that little 5 or 7 minute thing when the news people were calling in. I'm sorry. What? Okay, yeah, they were calling in like the whole town to come in or something like that. They and they made them sign a list or something. There, I'm hearing they made them like everybody had to sign their name or something like that. So they're doing that to kind of call out the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're stirring the pot. You know, so I don't feel like if it was very fluid, there would be this many pot stirring situations going on to where, you know, they're trying to see. Because most serial killers and most killers that do this in a vile rage, vengeance kind of situation, they want the attention. They want to get caught, or they want to go down
or they want to throw it in people's
like
faces.
that, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to call out somebody, but they know that you're calling out somebody, but you're protecting the guilty as well. So, you know, I feel like you're intentionally luring people down the wrong damn way. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, let's see. Really quick. This is the position of the girls.
It's definitely a hangman position. And wow. It almost looks like a tree star.
So that's
Look.
where the tree is.
Wow. So, like, was she leaning up against the tree? Like,
No.
laying flat on the ground?
She's
Yeah.
laying on the ground, but not on the
Oh,
tree.
wow.
And here is the picture of the F. Shit, you can't really see it on here.
There's a picture of this shit?
Well, yeah, they took like a sketch of the blood of the shape of the F. See, I can't. God,
Can't see it, yeah.
Yeah, I
Looks
can't
like-
see it, but I'm definitely going to look it up
there you
after.
go. There you go. There you go.
Because like I said, I haven't really done any. Oh shit!
And so listen to this now. They're saying either that is they did that intentionally as a rune, or when they, the blood from when, they killed the girl and her blood went, from the carotid artery, but they didn't die there though. So it's kind of hard to say. They don't know if that's blood splatter, from when he leaned on the tree, because that could have possibly have been, they're thinking that could have maybe been the thumb, and the hand, there's the finger. So they don't know if they lean on the tree and the hand shape from the blood on their hands left that on there as they positioned her.
Same as I was, yeah.
So it could very well be a hand, but they're trying to maybe say it's a rune. I don't know.
Doesn't look quite as dominant as the image I saw, but that does look kind of similar to it.
Yeah.
So that's apparently what. So they didn't release. So what happened was, I think I mentioned this last week, but one of Richard Allen's attorneys, defense attorneys, who was removed by that creepy judge, that dirty judge. I'm just going to say dirty judge. He had crime scene photos on his desk, and he had brought in another lawyer friend to kind of look, I guess, to maybe look at the photos with him to get his opinion. But when he had to leave the office, this friend of his took pictures of the pictures, and then sent them to another individual who they ended up sending out to people, which to me was really, I think it was all planned. The defense lawyer said, "Oh, I didn't do that," but I'm thinking that he guided to. But the first person who received those pictures apparently has taken their life out of grief or whatever because of it. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Something?
Huh?
Didn't Jackie get a suicide card or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what it was.
But that had to do with the pictures.
Could have been, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, so these designs, the description, everything, that's from when the police actually released the description of the scene, and they were so that they drew, or they video constructed what the pictures, But the guy from Delphi After Dark, Hershe, especially with you really not liking him, he's got an insider in the area that gives him information. And he was actually given pictures, 2 or 3 pictures of the actual crime scene. And he says the description isn't quite what they're showing right on TV. So I don't know if that's, like you said, him changing it and kind of grandstanding it, or what's what. But the pictures that he received, and law enforcement knew that he had him, because I guess this guy must live in Delphi or around Delphi, because he said he was at the press conference too and everything. So he kind of did like a quick hand draw sketch to show, and and it looked a little different than that. But the pictures that he received, of course, the girls' body, privates were covered, in respect of the girls. But the branches were intentionally placed in certain ways, whether, to indicate, sending them, they're getting it was sending a message to other people connected to the death of the girls in Flora.
Mhm.
And that's the next case I would like to read on, unless one of you ladies have something else for next week.
What was it? I'm sorry, I was listening. What?
In the same area.
There's another case in the area.
Well, yeah, and Flora with the 4 girls. Linda said she got a connection, that there's a connection along with these girls, and
Oh,
so
you're
I'm
talking about
wondering
the 4 little girls.
in Flora, yes, they're
Okay, okay.
we all got cards that said, even Linda Sandoval said that she wasn't getting that it had to do with a group or a gang called the Vindlers, but she feels that there is a connection between both locations, and with them being young girls, I'm wondering if it could be because of that pedo ring in the area.
Wow.
So we are at 2:42, and my cards just went flying all over.
Twisted.
Yeah, very twisted.
Yeah.
Did you
Are the
ladies have any
suspects
other?
born and raised in the same area? Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Is it Patricia? Somebody? La, 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 la. Patricia says, "Are the
Yes.
suspects born and raised in the same area?" I want to say yes, but I want to say that only because they know the area. But that doesn't mean that they don't live in like a bordering county, and because the park is historically well known, that they don't travel to that area often.
But
it's quite secluded how or at least the images they showed me that I got privilege to see actual images that now I have to live with. The way that they walked down a certain hill to a certain field and all of this area, it seemed very secluded, like it would have been off the beaten path. It wouldn't have been where the trails would have been quite so visible. So I think they would have had to know the area. So I think they would have known the area pretty well.
so Love Day Jones, hello. I'm not sure if I've seen you in chat before. There is a loose connection with LG to Flora. Who is LG? Oh, Liberty German. Oh, Liberty.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, there is. I mentioned it earlier. And I was going to say something. So Richard Allen actually moved to Delphi approximately, I think something like 6, 7, 8 maybe years, I think before the murders. So he was in an area called Peru, Indiana, or something. I believe Peru is in Indiana, not the country, but a city or a town. And there was something else that had happened in that area with trafficking or something that people think he may very well be tied to. New to your channel. Well, welcome, my dear. Thank you. Or sir.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yes. So I think maybe that we should just end it now for today with this. I would like to at some point look at the possible connection to Libby and with the Flora, because now that Love Day Jones is here, what I had mentioned. Oh, hi Dina. I didn't know if Delphi expert, even if I say so. Oh, wait a minute. Delphi expert, even if I say so myself. Any questions? Also, Love Day Jones is any questions? Not that we can think of. Well, because we just went a whole hour and 45 minutes.
But who's counting? Yes.
Yeah, but who's counting? And Jackie is in a whole other country ahead of us. So
yeah, it's probably she's in the future, y'all. Jackie is definitely in the future.
I am in the future. It's 7:47 p.m.
Absolutely, because it's only 1:47 here.
So, but yeah, as Love Day Jones, as I mentioned earlier, I was watching the show called another channel called Delphi After Dark. You're probably familiar then with this individual, with Rick. And I was just mentioning that during an interview, either he said it himself alone on his channel when he did a live, or when he was interviewing with Chris Todd, the journalist who wrote the book Forest for the Trees on the crime. They're mentioning that Liberty knew a girl who was a part of, or who was connected to the house where the 4 girls in Flora died. Either they were older. What?
I said, I wonder if they could have went to school together. Like
Well,
I
don't
don't
I don't know. I think this,
I don't know the state of Indiana, so I'm not sure like where all of this is. Like, is it up towards Chicago? Is it towards Hammond? Is it by Gary? You know, I don't know if it's in the middle of the state, the lower part of the state. I don't know where it's at. I probably should look it up. But I just wonder if this other county or this other part of the county that is connected, possibly, if like that would have been the connection, like they would have went to school together, or you know, somehow.
I don't know. Flora is a town that's in Carroll County, just like Delphi is.
Right.
So I don't know if it's above or below, but one of the guys was mentioning that Liberty knew a girl, or and she may have been older, because this person was somebody who had been was an appraisal of the house or the property or something like that, and that there's a possible that, you know, Liberty might have figured something out or started maybe looking into something, because the girls were very, you know, one of them wanted to study forensics. So Flora is a short distance. Knew them apparently probably through sports. So they knew the 4. Okay, so there'll be something to look into and read maybe separately. And I know that, you know, most people prefer, you know, the journalists and people in the area who, you know, watch all the courts and things and stuff. But for us, we're very much into, you know, and we know cards can be wrong, you know, not everybody's psychic connections are, but we've been getting some really interesting hits. And to also state, psychics have been used by law enforcement to help solve crimes and murders. A lot of enforcement will not admit to that because of the whole woo-woo factor and everything. But there have been cases that have had breakthroughs and have been solved with the use of psychic investigators, whether through their own abilities, through tarot cards. So, and loved AC in that you are here for the first time.
Wow.
We have not been contacted by the family, friends, or law enforcement of Delphi. We are not doing this to, you know, to make money or to get subscriptions. It's just we are interested in giving victims a voice, trying to find out what happened, trying to get insight into what happened, why it happened. It's not to be disrespectful of the victims or the families, but just giving them, you know, a voice. And, you know, people should know the truth. And I'm not saying we're going to, you know, find the truth through divination, but it's just, it's something that we're passionate about. At least I can speak for myself that I'm passionate about, that I like helping people, you know, in any way I can with, you know, with what I can bring to the table. You know, we all bring something. So, and Sherry just shared that Mel Jones is with the police. So Love Day Jones has been sharing really quick before we go. Oh, that's Dina. Dina. Let's see. Thank you. Watched your summer reading, watching that closely too. Okay. Knew them. Short distance. Liberty's grandmother did appraisal of the Flora house. Oh, it was Liberty's grandmother. Oh,
Is that the one Patty saw?
Yes, that's the one with the name
Yeah.
Patty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's
Jesus.
a huge ring there, I believe, involved in Flora and stuff with the pedophile. And Hershe had actually gotten that on intuition hits from her guides. And also Stephen, my mod extraordinaire. Thank you for being here and sharing our links and helping people and helping us out here. He said that he's known that there was at least 3 rings in the area that police have been, you know, looking into and trying to break up. So definitely will. Let's see, Patricia. When your spirit talker said Joshua tree, it symbolizes the strength and beauty that can arise from dysfunction. Okay. Interesting. The girls want to speak. I appreciate you trying to help them. Yeah.
They sure have. They have been reaching out to me since Heather contacted me to do this, and
But it's unfortunate that they have
energy.
not. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Hershey.
I was just saying, I'm enjoying sharing with their beautiful energy, trying to get some answers and try to get some justice somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. And those 4 girls that died in that house fire, they have not been given or shown the same amount of effort
Well, of course
from
not.
law
No,
and
no,
law
sorry.
enforcement. And I hate, and and people can hate me. Well, I don't hate me, but people can agree to disagree with me on this. But when it comes to high profile cases, generally those who are white,
Mm.
who are, social or economically, you know, higher. I mean, it's just when you look at the news, you rarely hear about, the children or women or boys or men that are murdered from reservations, from inner cities, from different cultural or racial backgrounds. A lot of times they do not get the same sort of coverage or looking into, like, like these girls died before Libby and Abby, and you know they their case hadn't been solved. And it's, yeah, that's all I will. Let's see, Lovejoy, Flora,
Yeah.
girls, all K. They were all K names. Hershey, didn't you get on one of your things the letters? You wrote K
Yep,
or
yep.
K and K.
4 of them. Yep,
You had 4 of them.
yep.
Okay, and I couldn't figure out why I was getting the K's on my spirit messenger. Okay, so
Yep.
thank
I
you
actually
for
got
verifying
4
that.
Ks, like just the single initial K. I got 4 of them. Yep.
So all their names begin with a K. Interesting.
And I had no, I'm just now hearing all of this. Like, y'all, I stay cold to current and all platforms so that everything I can rein in or pull out of literally nothing is authentic and
Mhm.
is true to me and my guides as possible.
Because if you look at all the major cases that are being shown on TV, it's always white children or white people. You never hardly see anything for, like Dina said, people of color or for indigenous people. All those don't get any sort of, unless something really extreme, but
Right.
Oris and Orwin, the 2 little black brothers that disappeared out of the playground, in their apartment complex all these years later, still nothing. I mean, it's just, yeah. Plus KK, the man questioned and now jailed for, Keegan Klein. Yeah, I think Keegan Klein has been cleared. He wasn't in the area or anything at all for Abby and Libby, but he has been, he is in jail for other offenses and having material. So yeah, I have heard of his name is one of the main names that, people keep, throwing in there because for some reason law enforcement wants to keep protecting Ron Logan. And I think it just has to do with because whatever Ron was doing,
Mhm.
likely illegally on his property, it's quite possible there were people in the community with money or status that had money ties to the police to make people look the other way or not want to,
Mm.
this would devastate the whole town if this got out. So we have to make something up or cover something up.
Yep.
So I really
Yep.
wish that shit would stop. And again, that kind of almost brings me back to when it says the brother of my teacher. This could be a teacher who teaches Bible. This could be a teacher who teaches, CDC, if they still do CDC in Catholic schools. I mean, this could, be a coach. It could, it's just, so, okay, just really quick. I know I said we were going to go. So Loveday Jones. I'm not sure if you heard of a psychic medium. She's on YouTube. She goes by Sloan Bella. She does a lot of videos on connecting with people who have been murdered, and she did a video on Abby and Libby, and she said that when Abby came to her, Abby kept insisting and kept showing Sloan that she kept in spirit going to her mother and saying, "It's the brother of my teacher. Don't you see? It's the brother of my teacher." So I don't know if that resonates with you, if that makes sense. Bless you. She's white, but there's a brutal case of activity. Oh boy. So yeah, there's kind of stuff. Yes, Sloan got the car correct. Oh, Sloan got the car correct. She did. Love Day Jones said on. Oh, okay. I'm going to hell. Oh, Ron Logan said on Spirit Box, I'm going to hell. So Love Day Jones, do you have a Spirit Box? Because I don't think Hershe's Spirit Box was going. So yeah,
No, I already shut mine. I was told to shut mine down, so mine's been shut off for well over 10 minutes now.
So she says, no, can't work that out. So she hasn't been able to figure that out, that Sloan said. But she says Sloan got the car correct. The comet, although she couldn't name it. The comet. I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. But yes, I do have to let these ladies go. No, I don't. Someone else's. Okay. So yeah, ladies, thank you again. I know I was kind of like all over the place. It's so hard to focus questions when there are so many theories out there, which I believe is intentionally done to throw off investigations and also to protect prosecution cases too. They don't want people to know certain information that only the true perpetrators would know, so that when they go to trial, it's not leaked out there and other people can mess with. So it's just, to me, this case was one big F-bomb, let's say. So no, don't be sorry you came in late. We'll probably at some point,
No, it was nice to meet you. I hope you show up in another live somewhere. Good conversation.
Yeah, I would like to
Jackie beat me to it, damn it.
yeah, we're here every Wednesday. We typically go at 1 because Jackie is in Ireland, so she's 5 hours ahead of us.
Jackie is in the future. That's just how it is.
Yes.
And magic.
I deliberate F up, I will thank you. Yes. So I would like to actually, if it's all right with you ladies, look into the Flora case, Indiana, for next week. And Jones, if you want to come and hang out with us and chat, or if you have a Spirit Box and you read, if you want to join us, let me know too. My email is in the description. So, wow. Like I said, I apologize. I know things were kind of all over the place, but they're, like I said, so many theories, so many smoke screens, is sometimes hard to kind of formulate a question, for cards. But yeah, between the cards Jackie was getting and the Spirit Talker and Spirit Box that Hershe was getting, and then what was popping up on mine, it's pretty clear that, there's just too many cover-ups going on to throw people off. And the social media, not just social media, but the media itself should be ashamed of itself for knowingly put out there information that they know that, without challenging it. They're just accepting everything. And the murder sheet too. They kind of mess things up as well. They're not, they're going for the glam ride too, I think, for the notoriety on this.
Somehow I ended up here. Well, at least you came to a good spot.
I have a whole list from Spirit Box and automatic writing, not of my own. Oh, very interesting.
I love AWs.
And Sherry says she'll be on vacation next Wednesday. Is that a hint, Miss Sherry?
Right. So you won't be at work?
No, I think she wants to join us. So sure. The more the merrier. Just as then we don't get too many, because then we'll be here really long, a really long time. But whoops.
Where are you going?
Oh, we lost Jackie. So wow.
Yes, it is.
Hey Jay, somehow I ended up here. We're finishing up. We started at 1, but we're looking into Oh my God, they call it the rabbit hole, but I call it the snake hole.
I call it a dragon hole. So let's go.
So, yeah. Let's see.
5-hour spirit box. I know that's right.
There she is. Sort of. And she's
Well, I'm glad
back.
you made it here, Jay.
Or did everyone go, or was it just me?
It was just you.
Oh, Jesus.
That was weird.
I was kicking Heather out, so I mean, I guess it was your turn.
I suppose, yeah. Because I
What
just
were you before you kicked me out?
I still have internet on my phone, so I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know.
Wow. Anyway, so everybody, again, thank you for joining us. Wow, it's been one hell of a ride. And yeah, it's just sad, you know. I enjoy doing these readings, not because I enjoy that somebody passed, but it gives me some sort of purpose. You know, it gives me, you know, something true to focus on when it comes to reading, you know. So thank you again. We'll be looking into the flora then. And Jones, you can get my email. If there's anything pertinent that you want to share that we can use. And so yeah.
To see what her scribbles match, how much of her scribbles match my scribbles.
Yes.
Hershe,
Yes,
Hershe,
ma'am.
I wonder if do you know, you messaged me there earlier on and you said, did I know a Jones or what? You know, you'd gotten something from the spirit box for me about Jones. I'm just wondering, is that to do with the Love Day Jones in the chat? You know?
That's right. We got a Jones today.
So really, it made me tell you, Jackie. Tell Jackie there is, you know. So I and then when she showed up, my guides are like, Jones. So I was like, okay, great. That's what I was like. I kept like talking to my guys. Like I knew there was a Jones coming. I just didn't understand what it was saying. But yeah, I think so. I think they were letting me know somebody named Jones was away.
Because Love Day Jones seems to have loads of info for us, you know. So
yeah. Apparently, I was meant to meet this person. So definitely.
Very cool. Well, welcome to the family, Jones. Yeah, I also got the name Alice that came up. Now, I got the name Edmund, which is interesting because I don't know of no Edmund in the case, but I have a great grandfather on my mom's side, a McConnell, and his name is Edmund. And you don't see that name too often.
I somehow have a connection to you, sweetheart. So absolutely hit Heather up or me or Jackie. Hit one of us up.
There you go.
And I'm telling you, I knew you were coming at the very beginning of this, which was 2 hours and 2 minutes ago. I knew you were coming. So I need to see what you got scribbled down. I want to see. I think I need to compare, or not really necessarily compare, but I feel like there's some validation or something for one of us. And maybe it's for Jackie because it was let Jackie know that Jones is coming.
Yeah.
And it's like a validation. I've been getting a lot of validations on my hits that Heather's been finding. And I'm just wondering if maybe Jones might have this beautiful Love Day Jones might have some validation on Jackie's hits.
Yeah. Be interesting.
You know, I think the name Jones popped up on one of mine. So I did get Williams yesterday too. Abby's last name. So yeah, this is interesting. All righty. So Heather, can you clear the air? What do you mean by clear the air? Oh.
Sailors, cleansed.
Because I've got some
waves are going,
and I've got some spray. I spend a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all that. I can light a candle and I can do all of that, but they're just right here in reach. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And Sherry also said, we are all connected. It just takes some of us longer than others to listen. Speaking of myself here. Okay.
Look at that last one.
Have a good day. This is not. Have a good day, sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's definitely not good. It's not good when any child has been violently murdered. I don't care who they are. I don't care what color they are. It's never a good day when a child or
Nope.
someone that can't defend themselves is violently murdered by somebody that doesn't understand that they can't take the life of someone else. That's
Especially
not
of a child with pure and innocent energy. Yeah. Alrighty, everybody, have a great day, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Have a great rest of the week.